Hello, all Pisces, Sun, and Rising. Welcome to your astrology forecast for the month of May 2022. Make sure to watch your rising sign first, as these forecasts are based upon those with a Pisces rising. Then watch your sun sign for further clarity and more information on what may be happening for you this month. With that being said, Pisces rising on May 2nd, Venus entered Aries, which is your second house of values, possessions, income, spending, which is the outcome, or just outgoing expenses, money, movable possessions, basically. You may have been spending time in solitude to find peace and balance with only a few people around you. You may have been enjoying music and saving up energy in preparation for what's to come, because you feel that something is coming, or you've been planning for something to come. And so you've just been really just saving up your energy, protecting yourself from energy vampires, and really tapping into music, theater, the arts, just all things creative, or just a creative project that you might be working on that deals with expanding your viewpoints upon what you value, or increasing your income in some type of way. By using an artistic endeavor, or you might own some really valuable art pieces, or just bought some, because we are dealing with spending. Whatever it is, this month is pretty solid for you, Pisces, Sun and Rising, as far as the energy moving into your second house. It's really going to be moving you forward and creating a space for you in order to create the abundance that you desire. Just a heads up, on May 10th, Mercury stations retrograde in the sign of Gemini. And of course, just like any Mercury retrograde, just be aware that it's happening, and that, if anything goes haywire, anything just gets knocked off a plan, knocked off a course, whatever the case may be, just go with the flow and you'll be okay. That's all Mercury wants you to do. Just go with the flow. If your plans don't go as planned, well, you shouldn't have been planning so hard, knowing that a Mercury retrograde is going to be popping up on you. And it's going to be for the rest of the month of May. So from May 10th on until June 2nd, I believe, Mercury will be stationed retrograde. Nothing to worry about. Jupiter also on May 10th, Jupiter enters Aries in your second house, and this energy really ramps up that expansion energy, providing plenty of opportunities, plenty of decisions to be made, and things that need to be done, which may cause a overwhelming sense of stress and anxiety. So just be aware of that. Don't let it overcome you. Don't let it get you to the point where you are having anxiety attacks or panic attacks because of all the things that are coming at you, because they are coming at you for sure. Just be prepared for it and be aware that this is what's happening, and have those techniques in place to help you when those attacks do occur. There are two major decisions, and it's best to go and make the decision based upon a higher perspective. So just so you can see your choices clearly. Don't take too much chatter from the ground. Go to a higher perspective, right? Sometimes that even means going to a higher grounds in order to see out and to just really just a higher perspective. A higher perspective is a different perspective than what is the norm, and you know what that is, Pisces. You always tapping into some different stuff. So whatever choices are being presented to you, just make sure that the decision that you make is based upon your higher perspective. Align your heart with your mind when you make those decisions, and you'll never go wrong. On May 24th, at the tail end of the month, Mars enters Aries in your second house, and it really amps it up. But for the majority of the month, Mars is in Pisces, and it's providing aid in concluding those thoughts and thought patterns, or just habits of yours that relate to any customs, cultural norms, religious traditions, anything that has really kept you trapped or just oppressed. Because you feel like you have to do it, you have to do it, you have to do it, you have to do it. But it's really taking that moment back and saying, no, I need to reflect, I need to think, I need to rest, I need to really take in, what is this? Is it good for me in the long run? Is it even necessary? Is it really going to help me get any further in life? Whatever the questions that you need to ask yourself, Mars was really helping to kind of like take away some of that chaotic energy and really move you in the move you forward, as far as like, I need to take time to self-reflect and to delve into my subconscious and fight those inner demons, or just inner thoughts that really are just kind of like self-sabotaging, or just doubtful of self, or it just, you just put yourself in a depressed mood, and we don't want that. Whatever the case, Mars, by entering Aries, by moving towards that light almost, you will receive clarity, and essentially you'll find your life's work, with this movement. And it may be spiritual work that may be a part of it. But once Mars hits Aries, it's like a backflip forward, if that makes sense. Like, you're still moving forward, but you got to do it a little fancy, you know what I'm saying? So you're just going to do a little backflip. You're kind of looking backwards, reflecting, really taking in everything that you went through, everything that you've overcome, everything that you still need to release, and then flipping forward and saying, okay, I'm moving forward now. I'm moving forward. I remember the past lessons, because that's what makes me stronger and that's what guides me. But I'm not going to like dwell in that place any longer. I'm moving forward. And that's what Aries is doing. It's going to push. That push to move forward. Do what you are passionate about, Pisces. Okay? Whatever brings you joy, do it. Because it brings value. It brings value to the rest of the village. Even though second house is a very personal house, we all kind of impact each other, So a lot of the times, geniuses, great minds, talented, artistic intelligence, just those type of people, a lot of time they sit on their work, and then we don't see their greatness until after they're gone, or they're not aware of other people admiring and loving and being influenced and uplifted and inspired and encouraged by their work. Don't wait. Put it out there. Put it out there. It's really a value to the rest of us. On May 16th, we have a total lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio, which is your 9th house of science, philosophy, religion, higher mind, higher education, all that good stuff. Very Sagittarian energy, 9th house ruled, but it will be happening in Scorpio. So it intensifies the energy of the lunar eclipse in another type of way. So I won't get in too depth with that. I want to keep these as brief as possible, but just releasing things that you held on to that helped you in those moments, but now that you're moving forward, now that you're going to higher grounds, they're not really suitable for where you're going. You got to release them. You got to let them go, so that you can move forward. And we're really talking about the philosophies that you've taken on, the scientific information, because remember, science changes upon further research, further information being revealed. you know, once you can get to a solid principle, there's not that many solid principles that exist in science where it's like hard fact, where it will not be changed, like that you just cannot deny it. There's not that many. Most bits and pieces of science evolves. So whether it be science for you, whether it be philosophies that you've taken on or need to kind of like do away with and take on new higher perspective philosophies, or whether it be religious practices, systems, rituals, that are traditions that don't necessarily they just don't work. They don't make sense. They don't work. And when you really do the research and learn how they came about, you realize, oh, this is some man-made crap. You know, do the research, do the learning, do the studying. It's ninth house energy. So obviously you got to get to that higher education, which is going beyond whatever you've learned growing up, taking it to that next step. That's what you got to do. Love you. So what is the most important message? The most important message for Pisces, Sun and Rising for the month of May 2022. 12. Archangel Raziel? Mysteries, secrets. I can't even read this. Protected knowledge. You're going to be diving into some deeper realms. Pisces was actually originally or traditionally ruled by Jupiter. Modern times, Neptune rules over Pisces, the sign of Pisces. So it's very interesting that this ninth house energy, and like I said, I don't want to delve too deep into it because I feel like it would be a really, really long video. But in order to dive deep, you got to go high. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? But that's what I'm getting. So you're really taking it to a higher perspective. You really got to go and get that learning, do the studying. You're going to really find out some really interesting information. You might even see some things that are just totally off the wall. I see a Kundalini rising type of situation. Yeah. This is, oh wow. It's some heavy but light energy. It's so weird. It's like, oh wow, it's just like balance. It's crazy. Pisces, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you. I'll see you in the next forecast. I'm gonna do another reading for you guys because this month is gonna be 1 month for Pisces. All right, love you. Peace.